rain thundered onto the windows like an Indian drum beating wildly. The wind howled and wailed while my heart pounded heavily on my soul ribcage, nearly cracking it. The plants flailed their mini pyjamas in the icy breeze that was powerful enough to scare the leaves off their branches and flutter down, littering the yard below. Writing can be beautiful and more precious than a jewel if we let our imaginations roam free. Instead of saying, the cat's bent down ready to pounce, you could exceed it and morph it too. Her haunches quivered, gripping the earth with her tense paws, while her tail lashed from side to side. Swinging her head lower, you could see its next meal in her dilated pupils. Doesn't that paint a picture in your mind? Did you know there are 3 keys to writing? Firstly, stunning descriptions. Secondly, a way with words. And lastly, feeling, seeing, smelling, and tasting differently than you'd expect. You'd expect the grass would glisten under the sun, but through an author's eyes, it's a whole new world. They might say something like, the sun began peeking over the horizon like its inner child, while the grass twinkled and winked as though it were made of glass. You wouldn't expect glass, right? I can tell you, breathing life into a story can be frustrating, but don't let the anger bubble and steam. Let the words flow like a waterfall. To come up with a mouth-dropping story that will give a rug burn under the reader's chin, you must follow 2 steps. First thing, how would you want your life to be like, or the opposite? Then to get fascinating details, go out and try to experience it. If it's fantasy, explain how you would feel if it was in your world. If you met a dragon face to face, would you shriek and get away? Would you collapse or fight it off? And how would it react? Could you say something like, its thorny claws tore up the ground as it neared me. Its horny face loomed high above the clouds, and as it became clear through the dense fog, it stooped down, its fierce bloody eyes bore into mine. Close your eyes. Can't you see it? But you also know that human description can be vivid and dreamy. You wouldn't just say, man walked toward me. You would say what you think and see. His back was hunched over, and his face was so shriveled up it looked like a prune. As he stopped in front of me, he laid a twisted hand with bony fingers like the roots of a tree on my shoulder and spoke in a hollow voice. For a moment, I thought I was trembling in front of him. Once you have mastered the 3 keys of writing, firstly, stunning descriptions, secondly, a way with words, and lastly, feeling, seeing, smelling, and tasting differently than you'd expect, weave it together to form a story your family will enjoy from generation to generation, and maybe even the world.